I think this is episode 84 of the Bunch of Grifters podcast.
When you do so many episodes,
You do so many. It is episode 84.
You start to forget.
This episode, we have a guest on, which is really exciting. Hi, my name's Jeremy.
My name is Brett.
We have a podcast where we set goals and complete them weekly. And we talk about how we completed them. And then we shoot the shit. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we went to...
That fucking water is scaring me. Sorry.
It's fine.
That's me, though.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
We went to Vancouver for an NF concert on
That was some good shit.
the past week.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Wednesday there, yeah. That was a cool concert, man. That was my first kind of rap concert I've ever been to.
Really?
Interesting event. Yeah.
Wow. He's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Christian,
rap.
apparently. He swears, though, right? Is there no swears in it?
I actually don't know.
I don't remember him swearing much.
No, I don't think he was.
Recall.
Is he Christian? Did he wait till marriage?
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
Nah, he's got a bastard child for sure.
Yeah, I wonder.
I have no idea. I don't really know even what his name is, to be completely honest. Yeah, we went and saw NF.
Yeah, when I saw the NF and the PP was hitting the town.
Poussey Patrol.
The Poussey Patrol. Morgan will love that one.
I think we talked to about 5 girls in the time that we were in Vancouver. A very, very productive time in Vancouver. Yeah, I think that's actually accurate. The 3. That's actually so funny to think about. Yeah, we had a good boys' weekend. It was nice. My little brother turned 19, so we took him out on the town in Vancouver.
Got him out there.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Got his muff dive.
He got his little muffy on.
Yeah, with the muff dive, for you guys that don't know, is this cup of whipped cream that has a shot in it. Yep. Porn star shot, so it was a nice one for a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
You put it in between a girl's legs, and you got to go dig in for it. You got to dig through the muff.
Dig through the muff.
Yeah. And she had a little bit of whipped cream on her leg, and I'm really mad Joey didn't clean his mess up, you know? Licked it up.
Yeah, I know. It would have been really funny, actually.
Fuck, that would have been so funny.
It would have been. Anyways, recap. That's a recap of the week.
Yeah, quick recap.
What did we do for goals last week?
So last week my goal was to not crank it.
Yeah, did you crank?
No, I haven't. I didn't, not myself at least.
Yeah.
No.
Not once.
Not once, not ever.
That's impressive. Good job.
Thank you. What'd you do?
My goal last week was to do some rehabilitation on the knee.
How's that?
It's fantastic. Toes feeling a lot better, foot's feeling a lot better, everything's feeling better. So I've been doing my exercises. Lots of walking this week, but I was doing my little massage on my toe and like just making sure everything's moving properly.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a good one. But this week, my goal this week, I'm going to be, it's a 2-parter. I'm doing a 2-week goal because it's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, I will have a job interview / job lined up.
Do you want to kind of get into the job you're going for, or do you want to leave that kind of...
Well, it's going to be electrical. I'm getting
work.
into the electrical field. Obviously, I'm a trained electrician, as everyone knows.
Yes.
Long-time listeners.
Also a certified forklift driver.
I do have my certification. And what is it? Fuck, I did it too. Fall safety? God damn it. Yeah, I did
something like that.
So boring. 8 hours of fucking...
Fall safety? Like how to climb a ladder?
Yeah.
Hey, you got to learn that shit, though.
Jesus.
Never go down a ladder looking forward.
Fell asleep halfway through. Swear to God. It was brutal. But anyway, so I'm going to be getting into that. This first week, my goal is to just, it's a day thing to do, really. Like, I just need to sit down and properly build a good resume, because the one I have right now is kind of a Frankenstein of the past, like...
Well, you ain't doing it tomorrow because our power's out.
Power's out tomorrow, so I won't be doing that tomorrow, but, which is just fucking incredible. Jesus.
You're telling me I got to go to the coffee shop and work.
I know. Yeah,
oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm fucked.
I mean, how do you charge your computer? Anyways.
Well,
I'm plugged into the power bar? Or
yeah, I'm going to just hotspot and run from here for a bit, but I can't even use my screens. It's just going to be my laptop.
Right. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let everyone know. If they want to give me a hard time, fuck you.
Yeah, hey, it's not your fault that the power is being turned off.
I do say I got to like your goal, because you getting a new job with, hours that are more similar to mine.
Yeah.
Will lead into the opportunities of passive income and us working on some side businesses together much more efficiently. So that is to come in the future.
After 4 p.m.,
yeah,
we'll have some extra time.
Yeah,
to work on some things. So
exactly.
No, absolutely. I'm excited for that. So
yeah. Do you want to hear what my goal is?
Yeah. What are you doing this week?
So this weekend here, it was my cousin's birthday, and I was talking to this one guy just about like investments and stuff. I've been fucking meaning to get back into all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I haven't, I got some GSCs going and stuff, but those are just like, low risk, low reward,
long term
sort
of thing.
Just like, I don't know. And GICs are really good right now. This week I'm going to set up like a Wealth Simple account.
Okay.
And I'm going to just kind of get a plan made for how I want to start investing. I'm thinking like,
Well, Simple will do it for you too. Once you make the account, it'll ask you what you're looking for. Are you looking for like higher risk? Are you looking for lower risk?
I'm going to do some, what did I write down here? Was it EFTs?
EFTs. Okay.
Did I say that right? Yeah, I'm going to do not NFTs.
NFTs?
I think it's NFTs.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
As you guys can tell, I know fuck all.
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
gonna have to do some
planning
research.
on in 5 years, I'm going to be a professional. And I'm going to be looking into the Warren Buffett method. But just kind of get my stuff set.
Yeah.
Get my stuff set up to do some investments. And that could be a big part of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. The investment will be huge. I think we're going to try and focus on that a little bit more going forward. Just, being conscientious of money.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of part of what this podcast has always really been about, right? I mean, of course, we are pumped to be making money off of it. We're making millions of dollars at this point.
So much money, man. It's unreal. You guys
unreal.
have no idea.
It's unreal. The sponsorships we've been turning away sponsorships.
We have to. It's just like there's too much.
We have to choose the right one. We haven't actually announced our first sponsorship, so we're just waiting to announce the right one. Pays
exactly.
amount of money. So
exactly.
We will get there eventually. But yeah, I don't know. Exciting stuff. So okay, this has gone too long. Let's get into this interview with Noah from Studio 3 in Vancouver.
Yeah.
He's a close friend of ours, obviously.
Very
Goes by a few different names. DAMN0AH, DAM Studio.
Yeah. Music, graphic design.
He's definitely in the creative side of,
Good interview, hey?
Yeah, it was a
fun
interview.
Fucking good interview.
Fun interview.
We're in his studio too.
About
and
a bit of everything.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm really looking forward to you guys to hear this one. And as we hit this fucking interview, the song that's playing is a song that this man made.
Yeah.
So enjoy, fuckers.
Waste my time, did you mean it? Baby, it's all for you. Baby, it's all for you.
So you prefer to go by?
Well, it's funny because like if people see me on Instagram and stuff, they just come up to me and they're like, "Damn Studio," and I'm like, "Yeah, like that's not my name, but yeah. Damn Studio."
So that's what they know
what
you
other
as.
reference do they have? But usually I just introduce myself as Noah.
Yeah.
But like my artist name I go by is DAMN0AH. But
So you
I
have 3
almost
names.
feel like it's just Noah.
Yeah.
And
There's
that's
always
much
Noah
to
in
it.
the name.
Yeah, it's
Right?
more of a personal thing to connect with someone. I just say my name's Noah, like my
Yeah.
fucking first name.
And that is who we're joined with today. My best friend, Noah. We met back in high school in grade 12. I still remember the first day we sat down in chemistry class together.
Yeah.
Producer Megan with some
Producer
coffees here.
Megan giving us the goods here.
Beautiful.
What's that?
Oh yeah, that's like the Italian.
Oh, that was one of mine? What's the difference?
Mine's the one that I ordered, and yours is the one that you ordered.
I thought you got
That's
the same thing.
difference, Brett. No, I got something
Was that
different.
like
than yours.
a latte?
I got
latte.
some. I got something. Oh, the nipple ones. I got to talk.
I love
about
a
this.
good nipple.
I got to talk about this. enough with straws, right?
Yeah.
Like what? Why are we still using straws? Fuck.
I don't know.
Give me a nipple.
Some chicks don't want to mess up their lipstick or something. That's the only actual
Is that what
practical
this is?
use I can.
Is that
straw for this?
They use a straw, I think, because with that you have to push your lips up against the edge.
Ooh.
But I agree, like that's just easy with that shit, right?
Yeah. So, anywho,
little sippy cup?
where we're
It
at,
is a little sippy cup.
It's kind of cute.
An adult sippy
we've
cup.
all known each other in high school. You guys have known each other,
I
been
think I've known you
acquaintances.
since fucking middle school.
I think we go even
Right?
further back.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally middle school.
fucking cologne is last option.
Yeah.
Fucking
KLO.
piece of shit, Kalo. And
Oh,
think
fuck.
they thought it was really bad. Like when we left in grade 10, the grade 9 that we had left, right? They painted it like brown, turned it into a goddamn prison. Do you remember that?
No, I was like, oh shit, they made it worse than
They
it
made
actually
it
looked, which I didn't know was
worse.
possible.
Yeah. Good memories though.
Yeah.
Really good memories.
Actually, some really solid memories.
Creepy grade 7 teachers.
Yeah, there were actually
Just
a
staring at
couple
little
of them.
girls, or
Oh, dude! Remember, I'll name them.
Femboys.
I think I've outed them many times. The femboys that didn't know they were a classic person.
Yeah.
They existed for sure. Mr.
They
Dickey.
spawned at Kalo.
Mr. Dickey.
You remember Mr. Dickey?
Holy fuck. He was a dick.
Dude, he was a dick, but he was also a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, man.
like big time creep and generational too. Because like we have a friend, Daniel, a good friend of ours. His older sisters, like
Oh, no.
4 years older, same shit.
Mm-hmm.
My younger brother, same shit. Like
You had a problem with
generation.
Mr. Dickey? What was he doing? Looking at your ass?
Grade 7 volleyball.
He said you had no
Said
friends.
that to you? He was like that, bro.
He was kind of savage. Like
We had this once like gay like student in our class, and he would just rip him a new one every day.
What would he say?
Homophobic,
What would he
like-
say? What would he say?
Oh man, like I remember this kid. He was like, "The rain here smells funny," and then Mr. Dickey was like, "That's just the way it is.
You
Get used
smell
to it."
funny.
And he would just be so aggressive towards that student and stuff. It
Dude,
was like
what
actually
the-
uncomfortable.
yeah, it's like
I can't remember. I can't think of a particular time, but like I just remember it was too far.
Yeah.
It was too far.
Well, this is the fun thing too, is that a bunch of the people we've gone to school with now actually work at KLO. There's 2 girls that work as teachers at KLO, and I've heard even worse things. Like there's
About Dickie?
teachers. No, there's teachers.
Oh, it's
wow,
other
about
teachers.
Dickie. I haven't heard anything about Dickie. I'll be honest, but about other teachers that I liked a lot.
No,
Like,
they're not good.
And now, like old teachers are now hitting on the girls that they used to like teach. Like, hey, how are you doing? Like,
that's-
hitting them up.
What's-
and it's
that's
like
weird,
they're
Waiting
eh?
for them to be of age.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
like,
man.
that's so
They were a
fucking
prospect back then.
creepy.
Now they're a
prospect?
roster player.
Yeah, they like, just gotta add this one to the list. It has like their birth dates set.
He has a
Okay,
list of
this
all the little
day, this
girls. He's
time.
like, yeah, okay, this one should be good later on.
He comes back with his receipt like he had her on fucking pre-order.
Yeah, dude.
It's disgusting.
Oh.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. But anyways, so dude, teachers are weird. Teachers are strange
There's
people.
some amazing. I've had some
Like, yeah.
incredible teachers in my
Sure.
life.
Yeah.
But then I've had teachers where it's like, why are you doing this? And it's clearly like they had no other option or something like that. But
They love kids.
they love kids maybe too much.
Yeah,
Exactly.
except for the ones that are teachers and don't like kids.
Yeah.
Those ones are fucking funny to meet. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
There's a known teacher in grade 9. Were you you weren't in French immersion, right? You didn't
No.
no, yeah.
Which is a lot of people thought I was for some reason. Only
I did
French I
too.
did was like grade 9. I had Mr. Lane. Grade 8 and 9 I did French class,
right. Yeah, you had to, right?
and I had Mr.
He's
Lane.
too busy playing League, man. He didn't have time for French immersion.
Yeah, I was too busy. For those of you that don't know, like I pretty much my middle high school years were like completely dedicated towards a game called League of Legends, and it consumed.
Wow.
my
How many
life.
hours
I
did you
didn't
have
know
in
that.
it? You had so many
I
hours
didn't
in
know
it.
that.
I checked. Okay, so they had this website that tracked the amount of hours or days, God
Oh,
forbid,
dude, this is
played.
bad. Anyway,
And yeah, it wasn't within the hours. It was
within the years.
it was about 180 days of in-game
Holy
play.
fuck,
That's
man.
in
over
game.
over the course of 4 years. So, and that's in game. That's not just sitting in lobby talking to my friends.
That's like actually playing
That's
the
actually
game.
like being in the fucking game itself. Like, yeah,
Holy fuck.
it was bad. So
Yeah.
I think I hit a point in my life where I was probably grade 11.
It's a lot of
and-
brain damage.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
for
I had
sure.
to. It's never gonna
League of
heal.
Legends is hard. League of Legends is hard.
I remember you tried
Oh.
getting me into it, man. I couldn't do it.
Oh wait, that's the thing. Is it's like it's such a hard game to get into as well. But
then
that's
once
the
you're
problem.
in-
Is once you're in,
Whew.
it's like good luck. It's like
Yeah.
a mental. It's a mental trap.
I was just say that was me for CS:GO.
yeah.
I was like that was
CS:GO is
CS:GO.
one of those.
When I started, like I hated it. I still hate it to this day, to be completely honest. Like I play it. I fucking play it and I just get angry. Like
Oh, that was me
it's
with League.
So
Call of
hard.
Duty. Call of Duty was my game.
See, Call of Duty had more of a healthy relationship
Yeah.
with.
It's because it's
But
fun.
Dude,
League
you would
was- no.
rage, dude. You would leave.
Oh yeah. Well, not as
That's-
bad as League. At least I would recover.
He would rage so he could go and play League.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I would get myself into the lowest state of mental mind that I could, and then I'd go over to League just already in shambles. and it
Yeah.
would just crush me to my core.
We
The
would,
people on that game, the most toxic,
The most
like,
toxic.
entitled
Yeah.
people. But that's gonna be anywhere. Like I made a lot of friends with League. I actually met some homies through League. They
Yeah.
lived in Toronto. I literally bought a plane ticket. I flew to Toronto when I was 17 to meet them.
Yeah,
And they were
I
actually
remember
some
this.
Really cool people.
That's when
love
you went to
that.
the rub and tug, right?
I love that.
He didn't actually go to that.
I was tricked into it, but then
It was just a
once I was in
healthy.
it, I
It was
fully
just a
committed.
healthy
That's just
massage
not
for
fully-
your back, and he was very relaxed
I got a
after he was
massage.
fine. Yes.
We're actually sponsored by Bamboo Massage in Victoria, BC. Please check.
I might have to check that.
Yeah.
Next time you're down, we'll go get some massages.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
some massages. The girls are great. They love us there. So
Well, you know, I kind of want to get into it, Noah. Obviously, you're very dedicated into graphic design, and you've made a lot of music, and you're also helping make music videos, and you're working with a lot of artists.
we're in a studio right now.
We're in your studio.
Yeah.
We got clouds on the roof. The camera probably can't see it, but
Yeah, it's a vibe in here.
let's let's get into let's start with the music, and then let's get
Yeah.
into graphic design. Let's kind of go on a timeline. So we were just talking about high school. That's where we met. You were not like what you've transitioned into was not what I would have foreseen for you when I first met you. You were very League of Legends. We're both kind of nerdy, you know, scared to talk to girls, and then now here you are, just like just living it.
Yeah, just the trajectory. Life is such a bitch, and like so many things just happen. Like you never really know where you're gonna end up, and that's the coolest part. So I think when I discovered music, I kind of all of a sudden was like, I like this unknown thing. Where
You were
I don't
rapping
know.
a lot. You were rapping a lot. I remember we're sitting in my truck, like, put this fucking beat on for me, bro. I'm gonna rap you this fucking song I wrote.
Yeah, no, I was.
Was Suicide Boys kind of was that like
they
thing that got you doing it?
The Suicide Boys. I remember when I heard Paris for the first time, and it was like everything kind of changed for me. I don't know what it was, but
There's a sound. There's a sound.
And growing up, being a more sheltered child, and like I don't know, it was just such a like dangerous kind of like it was darker. It was like heavier. It was just like it was more
for
like
boys.
For white boys,
Right? Like
yeah,
not in a bad way.
it was.
I mean, I'm a white boy. I loved Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
But, like there was a point where I didn't listen to it because I'm like, oh, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, or I wouldn't say I listened to it, but like, it just.
I almost felt like
I'd be playing Minecraft, just bumping Suicide
Oh,
Boys.
yeah.
And, like I don't know.
it was like a dirty little pleasure for me.
Kind of, but now it's different. Like they kind of graduated past that. And
Yeah.
people really appreciate their music.
They evolved with the trends of music and they stayed in their own lane while doing it, so I really respect that. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, they were kind of like
They were your
I
influence.
remember like my friend Hunter McMorrin, and I'd go to his place. It was like when I first started like smoking weed and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And I just
I remember those days.
You remember? Yeah.
He taught me how to do a proper bong toke.
Yeah.
I became a professional at, but I'm retired now. Just so
I will
everyone's aware.
say-
Retired early. 'Cause
I've only spoken to those guys a couple of times, but Jesus Christ, they fucking put them back.
I was ripping them
Impressive.
back.
Yeah.
I forgot. Like I think that was a part of my like progression was like experimenting with like substances,
Drugs.
and stuff, right? Like psychedelics and
It's
stuff.
healthy though.
It is healthy. Well,
Yeah.
it really opened my mind up to a lot of new things, like for better and for worse. But
Sure.
that's just part of life and like
Part of the journey.
developing your character and stuff. So
I mean, I feel grateful that I've gone through the things I've gone through on drugs, right? And like I've had really good moments through them. You
yes, of course.
know? Of course, some bad ones too.
That's
But,
the thing,
like,
but you learn to respect them over
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
because
yeah.
you start out and you're just like, haha, it's all fun and games. You don't understand just how serious, how much of a tool it can be, or how destructive it can be.
Sure, yeah.
So it's really, a big part of my journey was like, you know, my relationship with substances, especially psychedelics, and then, you know, having some bad experiences, some good ones, just learning, hey, you got to respect that shit because
Healthy relationship with it, right?
it's like anything. Moderation is the most important part.
Well, I find it's interesting too because there's this weird idea that certain people are not scared of psychedelics, but they just think they're bad. They just think they're
There's a
inherently
stigma.
bad, right? But they're the same kind of people that will drink a can of pop every now and then and will
live off
definitely have a glass of
painkillers.
wine or will take their antidepressants that they've been taking for the past 9 years. And it's like, you're not even aware of the health benefits of it, right? They just think this is a party drug that kids do and listen to death metal. And it's like,
Well, that's the thing. The
or
school
acid,
system,
right? It's like, oh, you're just going to a rave and you're just doing acid to, but it's like, well, no, acid's great and raves are a great spot to consume it. But like, yeah, of course, there's people that are abusing it.
Yeah.
1,000%. And I don't know. I think it's just.
I think we get programmed from an early age, like obviously through school and DARE and like all that. And I respect all that.
Yeah.
But we're also not like properly taught like what it's all about. And we're also like kind of sheltered away from it. And we're just force fed this like ideology based on someone who probably never has even done it. That's the problem.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah.
How can you make guidelines based off of, again, psychedelics and specifically mushrooms if you've never fucking done them?
You should you should have to do that
Right?
before you make a rule or a guideline.
I just think that makes sense. And I'm not saying that there's people out there that are making rules that aren't doing it because, I mean, let's be honest, mushrooms are the next thing on the list that are going to come to stores. I mean, you can already go
here
to
in Vancouver,
store. Yeah.
there's one right around the corner that sells like DMT, mushrooms, everything.
You
under
just
the
sign
spectrum.
up.
Have you tried them out? Once at the store?
No, I haven't actually.
Fuck, let's get some.
Been meaning.
Me and my friends have been trying to plan like a bit of a camping trip. We're just gonna do some. I haven't done any psychedelics in a while, because I haven't felt like I've really needed to.
Totally.
Because
That's the cool thing about shrooms is that you do them and then you don't want to do them again.
That's the thing.
Or at least for me.
It needs to make sense for what point you're at in your life.
That's huge.
And when I was really trying to figure
huge.
my life out and figure out who I was, I think I found more of a need to experiment and get outside of my shell because it was hard to explore what I'd already known, but I wanted to know more. So at least now I'm at a point where like I feel like if I were to just do them, I'd be like, oh yeah, like been here, done that, like, you know, having done them a lot in my life. I feel like
there's got to be a reason.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't want to trip just to trip.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just like blow a day away, just like, you know, for no real reason. Like,
I always find that like spontaneity when it comes to psychedelics is the best.
That's the thing. You know? I haven't had any moment come up where it just made sense like that in a long time.
I've done acid a handful of times, and I've only ever done it when it was like, we have this perfect night ahead of us. We don't have anything planned.
Yeah.
Buddy has acid. And it's like, oh, okay, all this lined up so perfectly. Yes.
See if it lines up.
Right? Like the last time I did, I haven't had any desire to do acid since the last time I did it, because the last time we did it, we went fucking camping. There was a surprise rave. We went up the hill. Buddy had acid. Like, that was insane.
Is this a different experience than, because I had the same thing happen to me, where we went to a grad camp out,
right?
And all of a sudden there was a rave in the forest nearby, and everyone's like, let's go. And
this is, like, it's the exact same spot.
It's the exact same spot.
Because it was
this
exactly where we were
doing it. A couple years
doing
after that.
Yeah, okay.
There was no camp out. Like,
this was peak COVID. This was the boys. We were just going for a one-night camping trip out in that area, and then all of a sudden these cars are coming by, like, hey, you guys going to the rave tonight? And then we like went on a little adventure, found the thing.
Yeah.
And fucking, it was cool.
We were down the hill, and I swear to God, you could feel the bumping through the ground.
Oh, they
up
had
the hill.
Crazy sound system.
It was insane.
Dude, it was so cool.
I remember we went. The stage was like this big dragon. I was like, this has no business being this dope in the middle of the forest.
In the middle, it's like in the middle of the forest.
There's like a bunch of French people in animal skins and
love
like,
it,
dude.
And it was a dope one.
I remember for us, like we parked and like you just see in the forest just like pulsing lights of red, blue, green.
That's what, exactly. It was like the lasers going through, with the smoke going through the trees, and I was just like, I remember when we went up to the Scout, we're like, if we go up there, I'm doing acid because there's gonna be somebody in there that's gonna offer it to us, and we walk into the bush. We get there, and fucking one of the my buddies, Will Sneddon. You actually might remember Will Sneddon. I don't know. We graduated.
God, yeah.
Not Will Sneddon, but his older brother, who's this shaman, psycho freak.
Never met him.
He's super dope. He's the nicest guy. I can't remember his name, but I didn't like. Will and I were pretty good friends at this point, and or when we were younger, and he's like, Jeremy, Daniel, what are you guys doing here? Eyes just fucking. Yeah. He's like, do you guys need any LSD or DMT? I was like, it was the first fucking sentence that came out of the guy's mouth, and I'm just like, yep, we fucking do, buddy. And sure enough, like, we went up to scout it. I'm like, we gotta go get everybody else. I'll be right back. We went down back to the camp, got everybody back up. Like, it was so perfect. Yeah. It was the perfect night.
See, those are the times when that's like ideal. It's like this is the vibe. This is what everyone's doing. It's like I need to be a part of this experience.
I'm safe. I know I'm safe.
I know I'm safe.
The drugs I'm getting are like the safest. He got them from Shambhala.
I trust.
I know he's not gonna fuck me over. No. He didn't let me pay for it. I like tried to give him $30. He wouldn't let me give him money.
He genuinely wanted you guys to be a part of the experience.
He tried to give me more.
He saw you. He
was like, I'm good there. I just need 4 tabs. Like, it's all good. And he's like, no, take 10. I'm like, no, I don't need to. He's like, you can have some
I've
tomorrow.
Had people say that to me. They're like, the more you do, the better the trip is. I'm like, I don't know about
one tab.
I had someone talk to me in like 10 tabs. It's like that's the way to do it. I'm like, I'll
tab.
do
one tab.
We'll go from there.
Dude, I took one, and I remember I had the other one, and I did microdose that tab. I don't remember actually doing it, but I microdosed it over like weeks.
Yeah.
And I never noticed being high, but I was not depressed. I can tell you that much.
It's a slight lift. I take microdosing capsules sometimes, and I don't even notice it, but it's just like, it's just kind of, it's good for creativity and getting into flow state. It helps a little bit more.
Yeah.
It helps a little more.
Yeah, I think so. I've been I haven't been doing it for a while, and actually I noticed I lacked that, to be completely honest. I could probably benefit from that because, what is it? The little mix that Aloe had made when he was when she was living with us. It had like all the the mushrooms, the lion's mane, all those little things.
Right.
And he also put some psychedelic in it.
Yeah.
So it was like there was something in there.
It's like a holistic blend.
But I never felt high even with a scoop of it, right? So it was perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I would take that before I went to work in the office.
Because it's like one of those things. You don't notice it, and it's just,
But at 3 p.m., you're like, I'm feeling a little extra today. What's going on?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, right. I just, like, I got Mother Nature in me right
forget.
now. Like, you do forget.
You
Part of
completely
Mother
forget.
Nature.
Like, it's just, I think it's a much better form of antidepressant, in my opinion.
I think
right?
it's a very healthy approach if it works for you. And
totally. Because some people, it's not good, right?
some people just can't do it, and some people
I've never done it.
need other things. Yeah, I guess you haven't.
I've only done a little bit of shrooms that one time.
And you felt great, right?
Well, I thought I was
You were
going to die because we swam halfway across the gorge.
That wasn't fun. Yeah.
Well, maybe smuts. Oh, yeah. If you're trying to do something
heart rate?
physically strenuous,
I am
while-
saying this. I'm saying this. Like, I do want to do shrooms one day, and I feel like I'm getting close to the point where I'd love to, like, go
See, you
on that
feel it
trip.
for yourself.
There was that time when we kept talking about it, I knew I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
It's
right
not-
time, and you
not
know
right.
it. Don't fight the gut instinct.
Yeah.
Because it's always right. Every time I've had a bad experience, it's because there was an inkling in me that told me, like, hey, maybe, this isn't the right time to do it. You have some things that you need to work out or deal with first before you can let go like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all those issues just get brought straight up to the surface, and if you don't have a healthy way of dealing with them, right, then you're forced to deal with them in a very drastic way.
Yeah.
When you do mushrooms. So
I'll dabble.
No, it's true. They come out,
they come out.
That's the one thing. Like, I've had many trips on, I would probably say more trips than not have been negative, right? And not negative in like, but like you just don't feel good, or like there's something is in your head and you need to like listen to what's in your head.
It should be
right?
healing.
And
it shouldn't
is,
drain you.
right? Exactly. If you are done your mushroom trip and you're like, fuck, I want to wake up and do that again, you don't need to do them.
No.
I feel like
there
makes
you
sense.
got it. That's it.
Then you're using them recreationally, and I don't
Yeah.
genuinely believe that shrooms should be used recreationally.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not
That's
for me.
for me. I don't like, so when I'm on shrooms, people not only piss me off, but they scare me. Like, if they have the wrong energy, I just don't like them.
Oh, the energy just becomes so apparent.
Right?
There's no hiding from it. That's like, you just need to remove yourself from whatever environment that is, because you just feel it so strongly coming into you. Especially if you're a sensitive person and you're very in tune with your emotions, right? The vibes are like so powerful to one point where it's like you can't even be, you just have to kind of leave, and you naturally just put yourself around people that make you comfortable and make you feel good.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why, every time if you're thinking about doing mushrooms, make sure that you feel good about it, and make sure that you're with like people that you truly love and that support you, right? Because those are the only types of people that you should ever do that with, or even want to be with in general.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? In general.
It says a lot about a person.
It does.
Right? If you're willing to do it and
Exactly.
be there
If you feel
with
that
them, right?
comfortable, then that's a good sign.
I remember with Quentin when we were younger, like we did like a hero's dose of shrooms just one night randomly because we were just feeling it. And you remember Quentin? Probably remember
Quentin Fisk.
Yeah, of course. Right?
Yeah.
Little Q.
Yeah.
And I remember we went to the park near his house. It was pitch black. Like it was like a pitch black night. Like the moon was not out.
Wow.
Right? And we just laid there in the middle of the grass for like a while.
Yeah.
And oh my God, man, it was just dope. It was just like, it was just a perfect.
No sensory inputs.
Yeah.
It's literally all from within at that point.
You're just lying on the ground. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Then we went back to his house. There was a spider crawling on the wall, and I freaked the fuck out. What is that? Yeah, it was so funny. It was so fucking funny.
Spider did not pass the vibe.
No, he didn't. He
No.
didn't. He ruined the vibe. But
No.
it was good. Like, I don't know. I remember the good ones for sure.
That's
Definitely.
good. Those are the only ones you should focus on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah,
Definitely.
speaking of psychedelics and all that fun stuff,
Mhm.
what do you guys think about this moon landing stuff? Have you been seeing all that in the news? Like,
Is there new stuff on that?
moon landing, I think, is fake. Like Buzz Aldrin is talking about
Well,
how,
Russia and India are fighting to get to the moon first,
well,
right?
apparently
And Russia had a crash
just
landing.
crashed into the moon too. I don't know.
I haven't seen anything
I'm
new.
confused. Isn't Russia broke? They must have like private funding
Well,
for
it's a
this
space
fucking
race.
space bullshit, right?
So there's another space race going on?
I think so. Right?
To get to the one side of the moon no one's ever been.
the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, well, that's what the aliens are.
That's
Is
where the
that- is
Transformers
that
are.
the-
Well, this is what I've heard.
No,
is
there's
that
potential water there is what they're saying.
no, is that well, if there's water, there's aliens there. This is what I'm saying. let's put that into perspective first of all. But this is the conspiracy I have heard is that they did go to the moon.
Yeah.
It was dope and it was massive for NASA.
Yeah.
But when they got there, there was like they landed on the moon and there was like 16 spaceships all waiting for them, and they told them, get off the moon, right?
This is our moon.
They're saying, get off the moon. You don't deserve to be here yet. You stop fighting. You came here in the wrong reasons. It's pretty much what the gist of what I remember seeing. How realistic this is, I don't fucking know. But
I don't know, man.
I like to.
I want to believe it. I want to believe
I know.
it because the dark side of the moon we don't see from Earth.
Yeah.
'Cause the moon fucking
It stays on its
mirrors
same
us.
axis and rotates with the same face towards
Perfectly.
Yeah.
And no other moon does that.
Yeah.
No other moon does
so
that.
you think it's maybe like they
The
use
moon's
some
hollow.
technology to counter rotate the moon to
Maybe
keep it
maybe
on
it's
that
like a
one
maybe it's a
side.
spaceship.
This is what I'm
Death Star?
saying. This is what I'm saying.
There's a secret fucking world missile in there. It's
I'm
gonna
telling
blow
you,
up the
man.
world.
I'm telling you.
Honestly,
Again, all
I'd believe
conspiracies,
anything at
all
this point.
conspiracies, but I believe in every single one of them. Obviously,
You have to consider every one of them.
You
because
have to. Oh
you
my
have
God.
to. You can't unless you know for a fact it's not true. Then I'm always going to be open to the idea of whatever I'm proposed.
And you
right?
know what?
Unless
Can
it's
you?
completely unrealistic.
You should make like a design of like the moon, but like kind of like the Death Star.
And like build on the conspiracy of like the dark side of the moon and stuff like that. That type of stuff trends. If
That'd
you
be
make
a-
something on like a trending topic or something controversial people will talk about,
That'd be a cool fucking design, man.
it would be. And that's the thing. You can make whatever the hell.
And
you
put it
want
like
in the
around like a
design
big
world.
square that looks like kind of comic-y. Damn, dude.
Do like a comic strip. Russia versus India. Race to the moon.
What's India's a part of this?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
They are.
That's what I've read.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because I heard you say Russia and India at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't we bring up also that France is like attacking Africa or something?
Yeah, we
now
talked
too?
about that a while
yeah,
ago.
we talked about that a couple podcasts ago.
God damn
The
it.
world is in war. We're living in 1984 of fear and
Who knows what's going down in
the,
South
the
America?
world is burning. Oh, the Maui
world-
fires.
The world.
Direct laser impact.
Yeah.
What do you,
From
have you
the
seen that
moon.
bullshit?
So
I find that stuff so funny. It's like they had the
People
worst.
think it was targeted.
They
and-
had the worst winds ever recorded. It was like if there's big wind, that means big oxygen means bigger fire.
exactly
Right? So it's like
What's happening in
of
Kelowna?
course the fucking not today.
Kelowna,
Kelowna's
hey?
looking gorgeous
Our
now.
home was burning down, eh?
Yeah, my
Are your
family
parents
was
okay?
evacuated.
Yeah,
Ah,
so was
fuck.
Marcus's.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you whether are they okay and everything?
Yeah,
or
my
what's the
parents are
update?
fine. They just went and lived in their friend's place for a little while.
That's good.
I'm glad their house isn't burned down.
My parents wish the house burned down, like my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, insurance
Just
money.
Insurance
money.
money.
Yeah.
They're trying to move anyways, so
Yeah, that's the thing is like I think my parents actually love the house and I love the house too. So like if it burned down, it would be like more sad than anything
lots
because
of memories
all
in
the
there.
memories
Yeah.
and there's an attachment.
My first
to
time
the
was in
house.
there.
The baseboard where I was measured.
I'm gonna.
All my heights are gonna be gone.
I know.
You know, it's like
You have to redo them. It just doesn't feel the same.
Fuck, so many memories. Remember that guy falling through the window at one of your parties, dude?
Oh,
Fuck, dude.
should I tell them that story?
Yeah,
Do it.
yeah. Let's hear it.
Oh man.
This was prime.
So
DAMN0AH too. This
So-
is you were making music then.
we started this podcast. We were gonna talk about my music and stuff in the beginning of all that. So this is around that time. I was living at my parents' house. This is in Kelowna, and I used to just have these outrageous parties at my house. I think
Crazy.
it was like, yeah, I actually kind of got like a reputation for just throwing these just
Absolutely.
outrageous events.
were your parents always upstairs
and my
too?
parents were always home.
They were always drinking upstairs.
They were
weren't
drinking upstairs and also like in fear. Like
like, oh
I don't
no,
even
what's
think they
gonna happen?
wanted
Is
to
the
come
deck
down
gonna go tonight?
they would text me and they'd be like, "How many people are down there?" It sounds like a lot. I'm like, "Only 8 friends."
It's like fucking 50.
There's like 70 people. And it's like a mosh pit. And like, Look at Me had just come out. And we were like playing that shit full volume. It was like, yeah, anyways. So
The neighbors loved you.
neighbors loved me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so, like, cops came so many times, but we never got like fined or anything, which is actually incredible.
That is, yeah, surprising.
So I had this was the end. This was the last party. DAMN0AH's last party because this one went a bit too far. It was a good night. It started out
So
great,
good.
like all the other ones, just like, excessive people. Yet again, lying to my family about how many people were there. And I was like, it's just gonna be a get together, just like a few friends. But I knew very well, like, something felt Project X-y about this one.
yeah.
It felt
Too many
kind of
people
Project
had,
X.
too many people had messaged too many people.
Too
Sort
many
of a
people
thing.
had yeah, there was too much build up. But
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ride it out because I
Yeah.
was a shithead.
Yeah.
So, anyways, night goes on, party was just crazy, and then it got to that point around 1 or 2 a.m. where everyone was like gone.
blacked
not
out.
hadn't left the
Anybody
house.
who hadn't passed out was fucking blacked out.
stumbling.
Yeah,
So before you mentioned the guy, he was dead before any of this happened. I remember he was on the ground and I was trying to help him up and get him water and
he drank
shit.
4 liters of growers. I don't know why.
How can you even do that to yourself?
They called him Jambo.
Yeah.
So he was like Rambo, but Jambo, because like
Jambo!
I guess one time he got in a fight and there was like 6 dudes with batons trying to take him down, and he just wouldn't go down. So they called him Jambo. He's a beast. I love you, Jambo. Anyways, so towards
out
the end
to
of the
Jambo.
night, people are stumbling everywhere. I got to expose you a little bit on this one.
Oh, yeah,
Brad.
please do. What happened?
Because you were pretty fucked up too. I remember one of my friends brought you over to me, and you were just like this, and they're like, I don't know where to put Brett. Like he's done for the night. I'm like, okay, just put him somewhere like not my room. And anyways, 5 minutes later, I'm like, where'd you put Brett? And they're like, I put him in your bed. And I was like, oh no! I ran to my room, and you'd already puked in my bed.
Did I puke in your bed? No way. I didn't know, bro. I don't remember this at all.
So that's probably why.
I didn't puke in your bed, did I?
Karma comes back, eh?
That's why I said I had to expose you a little
This
bit.
was I didn't know that this
Probably puked
happened.
something on one of your things too. So
You had it coming for a long time.
Well, I got new bed sheets,
Yeah.
bitch.
You own
So,
some bed sheets.
My mom, she comes downstairs. This is the end. People are running around, like it's scrambling.
I was awake though, because I remember everything happening.
Okay, so this was a different night.
This was a different night because I remember everything happening now. I don't think I wasn't unconscious.
So this
for
whole thing was different night. we get so many of those nights that they all blend. So, anyways, my mom comes downstairs and she like comes down. You know my stairs. They come down. There's a door at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So she opens the door and she just unveils like the chaos of what's happening around her. She's like,
finally,
"What
she's
the
like, I didn't want
fuck
to
is
check.
going on here?" My mom is like the nicest, sweetest.
Your mom's
person.
so nice.
And she was so pissed. And I was like, okay, let's get everyone out of here. And I was so drunk myself. I'm trying to like figure out what's going on. We start kicking people out. My mom's like, Jambo points to him. His name is James.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to go. He's too fucked up. So like 2 people pick him up and they're bringing him out the back door. And then we go to deal with something else over here. And all we hear is just a just a shatter. And my mom was like, what the fuck? We come around the corner. This dude, he'd made it out the door. He was outside, but then he'd fallen back
Through the window.
the double pane 6x8 foot window.
Jeez.
Remember
And
this 'cause
he
you had
gets
to-
up
you had to
and
get a
he's
new one.
fine. He had not a scratch on him, but the window's destroyed. And he's like, I'll pay for it. I'll fix it. I promise. And my mom's like, I don't care about that right now. Just get out of here. Like, so anyways, we got everyone out of there. And yeah, that was rock bottom. There's holes in the walls and shit.
Yeah.
Someone like on the back of the like
Fuck.
laundry room door, there was like just a clothing hanger, shit like that. Someone just ripped it off. There was like a hole in the door and shit. And like it was
People
just,
suck when
people
it comes to like
suck.
just random parties like that. People
Yeah.
have no fucking respect.
that's the thing. And he paid for the window. He broke
Yeah,
and
I
stuff. I
remember him
respect
saying
that.
he was gonna pay
But
for it.
That's
that's
good.
the thing is when I really realized, wow, none of these people are my friends.
Yeah, no,
They
fuck
literally
no.
just using
That was
me.
that was a big moment, I think, for us because we were very close. And then I don't know, you were hanging out with some guys that I was just like, I'm not really.
Who weren't
I,
good influences. and
I just and I couldn't get along with them really.
Bossy.
Much very different energy
Yeah.
and everything.
That's what it comes down to.
But then
That's
you
the thing.
but then you got out of that and you kept your music stuff going. And then we started to reconnect a bit. I still remember your first concert, man.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this first concert. This was
yeah.
dope.
So let's go into the music thing. Like, so I basically like one time these were the friends that weren't like very good in my life, but
Sure.
they came over and they freestyled. It was like my first time seeing anyone freestyle in front of my eyes, and then I was instantly intrigued. I'm like, oh, that was really dope. So
Yeah.
that kind of, I just got into like rap and hip hop through that. And I remember I just wanted to be cool enough to like record at the studio with them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was
yeah.
like in my basement, just like writing to these like shitty YouTube beats for like hours a
Yeah.
day.
That's what you do.
Yeah, literally. And they
You
were
do.
so bad. I would record them through my gamer headset, which was horrible quality,
Yeah.
into my computer.
Yeah.
And I would send them to my friends.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, is this cool? And then they would tell me like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
And that went on for months. And then eventually I wrote like a song that I guess didn't suck. And they were like, wow, this is actually
Is that
a good
Marilyn
song.
Manson?
That was Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll open up the podcast to Marilyn Manson.
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's
yeah,
okay.
right?
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
To pay homage. Yeah, that was my first song I ever recorded.
Dude, I
and then-
jammed that. I
Huh?
jammed to that fucking song.
It was,
Feel
it was
like a
good-
Marilyn
It was
Manson.
catchy. It had
I just
something
want to
there.
be in a mansion.
Yeah.
I remember that shit, dude.
I know. It was yeah, that was the first glimpse of like, oh wow, like I could actually maybe do something.
Totally.
So And then from there, just making more music. And then I hit a really rock bottom point in my life where I'd gotten like a DUI, and there was just a lot of just destruction, like self-destructive things going on. And it was basically largely due to the house I was living at with the people I was living with. We had a studio in the basement and stuff. The whole point of us
When you
moving,
moved here?
this was in Kelowna. This was a
okay.
house that this was
What
like
fucking
4
road
years
was that?
ago, 5 years
Ben
ago.
Volen? That was Ben
okay.
Volen Road, right?
It was
At
on
that
Ben
fucking
Volen in Kelowna.
shack house.
Shack house, the track house. Like, yeah, it was bad. We had a studio in the basement that we never really used. It was just ended up just being a party house. And anyways, I had to get out of there, and I just did some healing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school, but it's not gonna be to like university for like sciences or something like that, because I just never really cared much for it. Like, I've always been fascinated. Like, I've always been a science guy, but going to school for something like that isn't a career path I really could see.
Yeah, sure.
So I went to school for like audio engineering, like music production.
Nice.
At the school my dad teaches at still to this day.
Cool.
And I ended up doing that and graduating from the audio engineering program and started producing all my own stuff. Started falling in love with like art and creative, just being a creative and like
Trying to make something.
that felt important.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then from there, it was just like that kind of sparked like and then I went back to school. Like, I got into like a relationship, and I don't know, I just like felt like I wanted to do something different. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to school for graphic design this time. So then I went to school for graphic design, but only with the intention of doing my own graphics for my own music. It was so hard to find people who did cool artworks and stuff like that. And I was sick of just paying people for things I wasn't even that happy with receiving.
Yeah.
So I just basically went in there with the intention of that, but then it turned into, oh wait, like I actually love graphic design and I want to like create clothing. I want to design for clothing. And I was like, I could actually do that. I actually like realized I'd been developing the skill set to do that with like Photoshop and Illustrator and like, you know, all these things.
Yeah, you seem really passionate about it, right? Like, it just kinda
Is this something you made?
kicked
This
in.
is something that I made.
Look at that.
This is for Petty Boy Ozzy's like tour. This is like one of the tour merch shirts.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite.
Oh, I should have worn my fucking shirt that I won from your
shit,
draw.
yeah.
That would have been good for
the
this.
nostalgia one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dope
That's a
shirt.
good
too.
shirt.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
absolutely.
badass.
That was an OG one. That was one of the first ones I made.
I'm blown away I won that thing.
Yeah. Dude, legitimately, I'm like, what are the odds and ends on Brett right now? And it did. I'm like, well, he gets the shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
That's dope.
yeah, I'm happy you got it.
Yeah.
Because I knew you'd fucking rock it, and I knew you'd wear it and like rep it.
I try to wear it at the gym when I can. It's hot right now, so in the winter it's the best time to wear.
Exactly. It's a heavier tee
Yeah.
too. Like, it's thick material, so.
So right now, are you like still focusing mostly on the graphic design then? Is that the goal, or are you still doing a bit of both? Like, where
I'm just
are
really
you?
setting myself up now, like, now that I've started to do design full time. That was kind of the goal, I think. Subconsciously was like, I want to have a career that I'm doing something creative that still feeds into like the fulfillment that I get from that.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be full time, like, you know, restaurant serving. That's all I've really been doing. So
Yeah.
the graphic design thing is to kind of get me into like a position where I think I could go back into music
Totally.
and just be able to focus on music and not have it feel like I need to make money from this and I need this to feel like work.
Yeah.
I just want it to be an addition to my life. And like, cause I feel like that's when the true it'll really happen for me.
Totally.
Is
Totally.
when it feels like just natural. And cause it was becoming a point where I was getting stressed. My parents are asking me like, how are you going to make this like a career? Like, how are you going to start making money doing this? I wasn't pulling any money in. Streams, you don't make money from streaming.
Yeah.
It's really from shows and selling
Merch.
features and merch and all this
Yeah.
stuff that you actually
Touring
make.
and merch is the only way to make
That's
money.
the thing.
As a starting
Unless you're signed
right?
to a label and all this shit. But even
yeah, but
then, you're getting screwed usually. So.
I mean, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Toby Lou. He's an artist, and he released a mini album on Spotify, and it's like probably one of his best albums he's released, in my opinion.
Oh.
I just loved it, but like all the songs were like 1:30. He's like, at the end of it, he's like, if you want the full version, like it's on my app, but you have to pay for it.
and I respect
And
that.
I'm just like, I waited for like 4 months. I was like, nah, but like, dude, those songs kept coming back up in like my rotation, and I was just like, I gotta just do it. Like, this guy deserves my fucking money. And then I bought it, and then I just had it on repeat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's something about paying for music that I don't know. Some people would think that's insane. But it's like, dude, people
not
are
about-
buying foot picks right now.
What you had to do back in the day, like when iTunes
This
was
is
a
what
thing,
I'm
you had to-
fucking
you had to
saying.
pay for the
you have
music
to pay
wanted.
for it. Now
Now
that's
it's like
the
just
problem
monthly
nowadays.
subscription.
Everyone expects it for free.
Yeah.
And it's so easily accessible, and it is free technically.
Yeah.
But now, like, all the streaming and everything is so oversaturated. There's botted playlists. People are buying plays. So
Yeah.
no wonder people don't make money from streaming. That was actually a big wake-up call for me and part of why I transitioned into doing graphic design and like pursuing this as a career first off.
Yeah.
It's because I realized all these dudes are buying their plays. And no, I'm not going to make any like all the shit that I see is actually like fabricated. All the top 10 charts on SoundCloud and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's just all this bot play
Bullshit.
shit. It's all buying the attention.
You
it's
have
like it's
to.
not even about the art now. It's just about the appearance of having plays.
I love that you mentioned that because we've had a few other guests on who say the same thing. Like Josh Coley, he he full on does artwork, man, and he's like
Yeah.
said like
Yeah.
the whole industry is so saturated and there's no real like it's just.
That's the thing
unfortunately.
is I want to do it for the right reasons. I don't want it to be about the money. I want to do it because I love it, and then
Yeah.
other people they'll appreciate it the same way that I do. So it's part of the reason why I'm doing this. I think in the end, it's all about the music for me. This
Totally.
is just a tool to get me to the point.
Absolutely. Just going back to what you were just saying, like the thing I find that's just a real pain in the ass right now is it doesn't matter what skill you have, like Josh or like yourself. You have to be playing that fucking rage baiting TikTok like game. Quadra Sound had the same fucking issue is they can't get signed to a label because they only have 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to have that one hit viral video.
Yeah.
That's all they look for. So yeah, you can be a musician, you can be an artist, you can be whatever it is, a creative. You still need to play this dumb social media game. And I hate that side of things, unfortunately, right? You have to pay TikTok money to get your shit seen.
That's the thing is like you have to figure out how to do it in a way that still feels fulfilling. You could hop on the bandwagon of seeing what's working and what people are doing, but if you're just genuinely putting yourself out there, not just for the music, but as the personality behind it, that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
like you could very well be like dreading, oh, I've got to do this, and you do have to do it, but there's a way to spin it and a way to do it in a way that is still like enjoyable, and you can still enjoy doing it. So
yeah, absolutely.
it is a lot of work. There's it's not the music. Like music is 10% of it. It's 90% everything else.
Yeah.
But that's really anything.
Image and marketing and all that. Exactly. You're
So,
right.
like, yeah, we can even the same thing with the podcast, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
fucking 10% of it's sitting down and doing this. It's everything behind that. It's
everything
fucking
else.
Yeah, when
you're
you're
getting your platform ready. It's fucking getting the fucking podcast, the video ready. It's
recording
getting the clips
is
ready.
the easiest part.
This is the easiest part. And I was
Yeah.
so excited. I'm like, when we're pulling up, I'm like, oh my god, we got the podcast stuff in the back. I can't wait to get in here. Like I don't know. This is like the dream,
And
man. It's
the
fucking.
point is to set yourself up to where this is all that you need to focus on. You build a team around yourself
Exactly.
so
That
you can
is
just
the
focus
goal.
on this.
Yeah.
That's the goal. But you have to do it all yourself at the start.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to do it for you.
Yep.
So that's just part of the grind.
150, baby.
Yeah.
Episode 150. That's we knew that was the goal, is that we were going to learn so much in 3 years.
Dude, even the
And-
last couple months.
I
have
mean,
been
the last couple of months,
insane.
just getting guests on has been massive. And
Yes.
I know we've been switching up the scene. I know we just fucking sat on the couch. That was kind of nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just go to a park next week. Just like,
Switching it up is the best.
You know?
It's just more stimulating. And also, it's just a different vibe for you. Like
Yeah.
If you're in a different
Yeah.
situation every time, provokes just new ideas and new thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We've been getting used to the pit, like
But the
our
pit is
setup
comfortable.
and this. Like it's been, we have a great setup now. It's
Yep.
amazing.
That's
Like
the
we
thing.
don't have to guess where we're gonna do. Fucking when we got there and I was using the webcam and we were sitting in front of my desk.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so corny, but I
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Like it's so funny to look back at where we were. I don't know,
Right?
jumping from a Staples studio, episode
Yes.
9.
Zoom.
Like it's just
I remember you guys
ridiculous.
at the Staples studio.
I loved
Oh,
it in
yeah.
there. It felt real. That's what it really gave us, like
Professional setup.
Yeah,
It was
gave
good to
us
get
the-
that exposure early on, I think, because for the longest time we were just doing it on the snowball mic on the tablet, and then eventually we're like, well, this is an option here. Let's look at this. Let's
Yeah.
pursue it, and we did it. And I remember like
It was a steal of a deal too.
Oh,
we
man.
got such a good deal.
Yeah.
Like the guy fucking helped us out. Anyways, Staples Studio, please check them out. But
Yeah, shout out Staples.
Just completely joking. That dumb bitch.
well,
I don't know if you heard about. Anyways, yeah, fuck that.
well, Noah is the biggest NF fan I know
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
earth. So are you very excited for tonight? We're
Yeah, so they don't know. Like, we're literally going to NF concert in Vancouver, BC tonight.
Live on location.
Rogers Stadium.
Keep forgetting it's at Rogers.
Rogers Stadium.
Roger that.
Rogers Arena.
Yeah. So
Rogers
4
Field.
months ago, I live in Vancouver now, but I was living in Langley, and I remember Brett hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, there's this NF concert going on in like 4 months." He's like, "I'll buy tickets, just pay me back when you can." And I was like, NF, never heard of them. I instantly looked up some of his stuff. I'm like, very cool, very dope. Honestly, I was like, oh, this is super sick.
Yeah.
So I've been looking forward to this day for a while now,
Yeah.
and it's finally here. And then what better time to do a podcast, right? My first time on this podcast with a bunch
Yeah.
of grifters, you know, today before we get a couple drinks in us and hit the fucking arena. So
It's gonna be fun.
A couple drinks.
Some would
I always say a couple,
few.
but it turns into 12.
How much? How many
Baker's
does it?
dozen?
How much does it make to make a 6-pack?
Yeah, fucking right. 6.
6.
Fucking idiot. Absolutely diesel. Check that video out. We went to the mines. That's
absolutely
that's 3 years ago. That's fucking insane. Yeah,
Was that
remember when
3
we tried
years
that?
ago?
Dude, it
That's
was
peak
2020.
That's peak COVID, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Do you remember that? You remember
I
us
do
doing that?
remember
That was fucking
I was
crazy.
laughing my ass off because I saw it for the first time. Like,
That shit was fucking so
so
good.
it's like saying, you know, someone says that's dope or whatever, but your guys' thing was like, that's
Diesel.
and I was like, what the
That
fuck?
one video had like fucking 100 fucking B Diesel boys.
Yeah. It was like a B Diesel
We were
lifestyle.
branding. It was branding.
Hashtag B Diesel.
Right?
It is so merch.
It was the
Should
branding
have
thing.
kept going with it. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring absolutely
It was
diesel
ahead of
back
its
in a
time.
way. It was ahead of its time. Yeah.
Yep.
They weren't ready.
They weren't.
It wasn't
You
ready.
guys weren't even ready.
Dude, that the whole like it was fucked, man. Because I was working 5 days a week, like with my co-op at the time. Literally, like we'd film on the weekend. I'd go to his house at the end of every day, and I worked out in Summerland, so I was like, I wouldn't get to his place till 5, and I would sit there and we'd edit the video till like 9, and then I'd go home and fucking like, dude, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a grind.
I'm really
fun,
happy that
though.
those videos turned out. That was me.
Yeah.
I did that. Like I don't know. I got an itch for some of that stuff, and I feel like I just want to. Like,
That was your first taste of doing it.
I want to do more of it. I know I can. If I just have the right equipment and I pay for the right shit, I know I can sit down and like
have the
actually
right
make
tools
some
to
good
just
shit.
let it flow out. That's all. It's setting yourself up with the right tools to just let your visions come true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but like having content is like not the hard part. It's making the content watchable.
It's capturing the
You know what I
content
mean?
in the right way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. And today with YouTube, like holy fuck, you watch some of those. If you're trying to get kids, you literally need to make a 10-minute TikTok video, right? And it's like insane.
yeah.
Watching some game theory shit, and it's like, holy fuck! Like, how I don't know if you've watched any game theory stuff recently.
No.
but like it's just there's so much stuff going on the screen, and as somebody has
I know what
started
you're
editing,
saying.
like
They have like a game going on at the bottom, and then they have the actual content up top. Are you talking about that?
no, it's like a guy commentating on stuff, but it's all Photoshop. So like it's none of it's live action. It's
Oh.
all like stuff moving around, and then he pops in and it's a different face, and then it turns into an anime face, and then it comes back and
It's
it's
that
this face.
ADHD shit.
It's like ADHD shit, but man, it's watchable. Like
That's the thing.
fuck, it is watchable. 13 million views every 2 days, it seems.
It's
on those
stimulating,
channels, right?
It's addicting to watch.
I don't know. I think there's like fun, mature content to be made. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
not,
and
and
we'll-
not dicks
we'll-
and butt, but I'm talking
we'll get back to it.
still
I
fun.
think
Yeah, it's gonna
it's
be
something
fun.
down the
Yeah.
line again when we have maybe a team, right?
Yeah, I
changes
know.
the game.
I know.
I did want to ask you this. Any big projects, any big things coming up in the near future here?
Yeah.
I know you're working with some guys right now.
Yeah, I'm working
Maybe
with quite a few
explore on
artists, quite a few things that are haven't been released yet. Some merch collections and stuff.
Dope.
It's really just been like, yeah, I'm trying to just get my brand out there, work with as many artists that I like truly respect as possible.
Sure.
I'm very fortunate that with the artists I work with, they kind of let me do my thing on these projects and these designs and stuff. So
That's nice.
in a way, I'm doing it for them, but it's also I'm doing it for myself too. So that's when I feel like the best work really comes out, when I'm working with people that I genuinely would want to work with, even if they didn't come to me in the first place. You know what I mean? So as far as big projects coming up, yeah, I've got some pretty big things on the go. It's good. There's constantly things going, so like I'm never bored. So that's kind of how I'm just trying to keep it, like always have something to work on. Always, you know, when I'm done this project, I'm thinking like, okay, I have this lined up next, right? Just to keep some money in my
Yeah.
pocket and then keep my brain going, keep my creative juices flowing and stuff like that.
Totally.
But I think what you can expect in the near future is I'm really going to do what kind of DAMN Studio started out as, is like a clothing brand. Really start like actually pushing my own clothing, designing, doing the full rollout like that,
Some
hiring
seasonal
models,
stuffs. Yeah.
doing it like my way, you know, like just
My way
DAMN
or the
Studio.
highway?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's the Ridge way or the highway.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think we can fucking end it there. I think that's
Sure
a great time.
Yeah, I
But,
think we talked about a lot of dope shit.
Yeah, we did. We end the podcast with a goal because obviously this is a goal-oriented podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We just asked you, is there anything you'd like to get done in the next week that you'd like to set a goal for?
In the next week,
Mm-hmm.
I think I just hired like an accountant and stuff. So I think I really just want to get myself situated in the business side of things.
Yeah.
Get all my taxes and shit together. Just so that I don't have any of those stressors on me in my life and I can just focus on
The CRA doesn't come after you.
Yeah, I don't want those fuckers coming after me.
Good stuff. Financial cleanup.
Yeah, financial cleanup.
That works.
I like it.
That's dope.
Mhm.
It's smart.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
Absolutely.
right. Well, thanks, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us here.
Beautiful
Anytime.
place.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, it's been a couple days since we did that interview, but
Mm-hmm.
from what I remember, we covered some pretty dope topics. It was pretty fun. We went all over the place in the beginning, and yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Noah, for coming out.
Yeah, this has been a long-awaited interview.
Yeah.
Happy we got to do it. It feels nice being able to travel and have all of our shit with us and be able to do what we did. It was kind of
Well,
cool.
And like for the first 50 episodes or whatever, like we were very big on like no guests. It was
Mhm.
kind of like we just didn't want guests on it because it didn't really fit what we were doing at that point.
Yeah.
But now, like, and he was one of those guys. These, oh, you should get me on. They should get me on. And like,
Yeah.
we wanted to get him on, but it just didn't work
The
yet.
time wasn't right.
But it's cool. Like a year and a half later, and here we
yeah.
are.
I
Right?
feel like, we're definitely in a much better position to have people on, kind of
just
share
have
the
the-
message.
we have the equipment. It's
Got the
not that we
equipment
have a
now.
fucking mic for the
Yeah,
guy. You
no,
know,
Thank you for saying that, because there was no fucking way for us to actually
Yeah,
do
no,
an interview before.
it really was that. Like, at the end of the day, it really was just the fact that
I
we
fucking
could-
love this thing. I'd
Yeah,
marry
yeah.
this thing. I love this thing.
I fucked.
I'm gonna put a ring on it.
Yeah, I've had intercourse with our roadcaster. I hope you know that. Multiple times.
Well, let me join in next time.
You remember that Proclean streak on the other one? Wasn't
Oh.
Proclean.
Yeah, thank God that one wasn't ours. That's disgusting.
But yeah, about an hour here, so let's cut her.
Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, go follow DAMN0AH on. He's got 2 Instagram accounts. One is DAMN0AH is his personal. He does I think he used to do his music stuff on
I
that.
think that was his
And
music.
then DAM Studios, where he does his graphic designs and all that. And yeah, check out Studio 3.
See what they're up to. Yeah, they got stuff going on in Vancouver, British Columbia. I don't know, really cool studio too. Very
Mhm.
chill
Very
area.
cool.
No, they were recording some absolute bangers. There was a point throughout the podcast where just some fucking bass was hitting. And
Bass was hitting.
It's like fucking.
It was dope. And yeah, don't forget
Love
to
it.
give us a follow on our social medias. Bunch of Grifters on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, we're on fucking Facebook.
Like, subscribe, rate it. It helps. Comment on our videos. Comment on our videos that we post on Instagram. We don't care if it's hate. I don't give a shit. Start some controversy. We're going to be posting some very controversial content in the next couple of days just to piss you people off. The people that only watch the fucking TikToks. We want you, like try and bait people into conversations. The best way to share videos. We really appreciate you guys. We don't want to bot our videos. It might come to that. It might come to botting our videos.
I love you're just going off on this. I'm like looking away, looking at my toes.
I just had to get off my chest.
All right, should we end this thing?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Cheers, suckers.
Take your time if you need it. Waste my time, did you mean it? Baby, it's all for you.